3-cent level. An outside shot that you pump up to 75 cents and just get rejected. I would tend to believe that 200-day moving average. Let me delete that. No, you fuck. Delete that. That 200-day moving average that's in green. This would probably be where you get rejected if the price tries to move up. That's the most likely scenario in XRP. XLM was another coin. And you can see I've went over this extensively. The price actions moved down a little bit now. At current day, this is your overhead resistance. And I showed you from back here, digital asset data. I know you watch. I know you see that. I told you we're in this descending triangle where you have your lower supports at about 23 cents and your upper resistance is tightening now. It's at about 26 cents. And I believe this is the descending triangle pattern you're in, and you're going to break down out of this. So yes, you could come up and retest the next few days, then to come down because you think you're coming down here in XLM. But digital asset dad, you're not going to hear me say this too much. This is a coin that I would accumulate at the right price. Dogecoin I would accumulate at any price. Shiba coin I would not accumulate, right? Unless I'm just trying to ride a train. I'm not going to accumulate those. XLM on the other hand, you can see from back here when it came into existence, you had some nice volume push. Anywhere in this red box in XLM, if you want to start accumulating this coin because you have confidence in crypto and you have confidence in, say, this coin, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to buy this, but this would be one at the right price. Old Vincenzo might take a flyer on and accumulate. And the right price for me is below the shit house at 12 cents, but more likely the 7, 8, somewhere in the lower range of this shit box. Vincenzo would, yes, start accumulating and hold and not day trade and just keep accumulating down here until you had another break if you ever did. And yeah, I would play it. And I would stop buying at the end of the shit box, right? When you break down into the shit box, into the shit house, you buy. But as soon as you pop back out of the shit house and you enter back into the orange zone, the get my shit together zone, you slow your accumulation down, if not stop, and then you ride the pump until one day you're ready to sell. But digital asset dad, this would be one coin. If you are a long-term holder or you're a long-term believer in crypto, this would be one that I would accumulate at the right price and not try to trade in and out of. And that would be anywhere below that 17 cents in the shit house, right? You can start accumulating in this coin. But I do believe we have a long way down before we start going up. And I believe our initial target after we break that, I think we're going to come down really quick to 15 cents before we do anything substantially high. So I think you're coming down. This is the current pattern that you're in, and it's almost exhausted. You got about 10 days left. So you won't get anything higher than that 26 down descending resistance overhead unless you got a brief fake out just to come back down. But I think you're going to come down here in the next few weeks, digital asset dad. But once you get into this box, you can start safely accumulating anywhere in here. Feel free to accumulate anywhere in here on the way back up. Slow down your accumulation and then stop, right? And then you had one more coin. Anybody else that wants a coin request, a links, a Cash App, and a PayPal will be above and below. I haven't been advertising that as much. I feel it's more important to build up a audience and a base and to try to give you guys the most free info that I can with my limited time, and then sporadic donations. Again, if you want to be a member of Jabroni Killer, $10 a month. We have a few members. You might as well, it's just kind of like a pre-register before we become monetized, and then I have a Jabroni Killer link through YouTube. XDC is another one that I've done extensive work for everybody. And I believe I actually called this pump. Remember back here? I don't know how long ago it was. We'll go to the daily. We were in a descending pattern, and I called a pump. It was more recent than that. That was too far. It was this one right here. And then it pumped up to here. We had a pattern here, and we said it could break out, and this was our target up there. We called it beautiful on that. And then I got a bunch of fucking emails of future jabronis that were trying to buy in up there. And I said, you do not buy in on these wicks. This is very bearish, and the price is going to roll over, right? And then it did. And now we're in another bearish consolidation. You see when it hit this 200-day with that wick, usually when they get bought back up, they're eventually going to trail back off, at least to double bottom. So right off the bat, digital asset dad, I think this coin, as I got it drawn out here from the other day or a few days ago, I think you're going to come down because you have that long wick down there. So I think you're going to trade down and at least retest that 0.045 cent right before you make any substantial move up. As we zoom in super simple, easy to understand ways. And you can see you're trying to pump up, but the volume, always digital asset day, I'll look at the volume at any time frame you're in and it's crashing, which is bearish. So we have a slight up and sideways consolidation with crashing volume in the 2-hour time frame and in the 4-hour and in the daily and in the weekly and in the 30-minute. That leads me to believe this thing's ready to roll over on itself as it's starting to hit these moving averages right now and major upper resistance. I think you're going to start trading down and you're going to have to at least double bottom in this coin. And then I believe you're falling much, much lower because I think you're going to eventually end up down here, right? There could be pumps or dumps, but I think this coin is going to trend down at least to double bottom down here in the next, say, digital asset day at 72 to 84 hours. I think we're going to have to at least retest that low that we had last week first, like that yellow line shows. And I think these moving averages will be big time resistance along with that major overhead resistance at about 0.054 cents. And I think you're running out of steam now and you're going to start heading lower. Like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate the support from all my beautiful almost 400 subscribers. If you would like to donate to the channel, links are above and below. If you want a coin request like Digital Asset Day I just had with some price targets, some in-depth TA, above and below. Or if you want to become a member, yes, member Jabroni Killer, $10 a month. You can just use hashtag Jabroni Killers, and then when we become monetized, you will have all the benefits that YouTube gives out when you pay through YouTube to support the channel. Peace and love. Peace and love.